Now we're going to start the program now. The occasion is going to start now. As we're going to start the program, I'll call upon my Pastor Wendy Toby to come forward, please. Pastor Wendy Toby, my pastor. She's a pastor now. No longer my pastor. Can you come forward? Just nigga get the motion and word of the storm.
Clap your hands for me.
The comes Mr. Smart, William Tola.
Greetings in the name of Jesus. Amen. Ndiyabulisa ngegama lenkosi. Amen. Akho mahluko kungako ngibona nje sendifohloza. Still it's just that ngoku ndikhulile. Ndine calling. That's why I we call. All right, can you clap hands for fohloza ngegoma? Ndiyaphinda ndiyabulisa ngegama lenkosi. Bendifuna uthatha amandla apha koosista bam. Nam mandibulise kule tafile yezithwalandwe. Ndiyabulisa kuni ndithi nkanani Brass Mats, Tata Bishop, Molen. Hi everybody. Kutheni ngathi nidakumile nje? Anitakuba ngiyamfundisa neswag ke. Kaske kuthi before ndithethe. All right. Ukhona into ebagqiba ifunda apha imoto. It is save the children, save the nation. If benzofumana ixesha and talk okanye and speak kakuhle kule event benzawuthetha nge-wisdom ke mna. God has built into ye-wisdom kwi-spirit sam, and ndachecka the book of Chronicles, but andizoyifunda ndirelax. Ndayazi uba nibane nerves zokufundisa xa phethe imicrophone ingathi izothetha kakhulu. uSolomon kuthiwa makacele into wacela ubulumko. Amen. Okay, let me not the scripture so that ningapanic. uSolomon wacela wisdom from God. You see, in life siba nezinto sibe ne-positions, sibe nemali, but silack wisdom. Wisdom elikusustainayo elikunika amandla for you to be able to deal with izinto onazo. Now, if you don't ask wisdom from kuThixo, usathana uzayisubstitute lanto afake into ube ngumuntu onomali onempakamo, ube ngumuntu osendaweni ephezulu but olekha into ethile. But tonight ndifuna unixelela ukuthi you need to ask wisdom from God so that akuncede uThixo nodilana ngefini. Yabona ngoku the season abantu ba-excited uspenda more than bekusuppose uyaspend, ne? Because ucinga uba unayo imali. Now you need wisdom in everything that you do. Amen. So namhlanje ke mna ndifuna ukhulisa into yoba masicele uThixo asiphe ubulumko, i-wisdom. We need it naxa sikhulisa abantwana, naxa singootishara, naxa sisezipalamente, naxa singomisi, naxa singabantu abaphangela ezibhankeni, singabefundisi. Khona utishara endimva ekhala kakhulu ngocamago. Utishara I forgot his name. Utishara ubane siqoqa ubulisa camago. Ananabula igqirha nangoku. You know, naxa uligqirha ke I need wisdom. Meaning akekho into ongayidingiyo i-wisdom. Ukuqala ke obana bulumko ke xa ungumntu obudingayo, or in fact wonke umntu khoyo obana bulumko nobenza is to accept the Lord as your personal savior. Amen. Because you do not know your balance. Singahlala apha kuthe besisonke ke klanto yobhubhambo, klanto yo-smart man ebehleli kulaa tafile yena kuthiwa he's no more. But I think obona bulumko bunidayo as a person is to accept the Lord as your personal savior. Uthixo akuncede, because ezinye decisions uzenza because awuna background okanye awunamqolo, awuna-backbone, because awunamqolo. You need God in your life. So xa ndizawuthandaza ke ungamlibali uThixo xa uvalwa unyaka, xa ulala uvuka ucinga uba ndincediwe nguThixo, ndivusiwe, abanye abantu khabavuswa. Amen. Can you clap hands for Jesus? Ndicela simeke inyawo sizocula iculo ndithandaze.
Go
Kristu inkosi. Baba xa lijikilanga asimbonanga uThixo ofana nawe. Akakabikho uThixo nolinganiswa nawe. Lord God, you are everything that we need. Father, we honor you. Asikwazi somandla ungaphakamisa izandla zethu. Thixo thengcele sikudumise. Lord God, Lord God, we are praying that, oh God, usincede singabantwana bakho somandla sesikhona. Lord God, usinike amandla okuqhubeka. Lord God, empilweni Father sesivula Thixo thengcele elitheko somandla sifuna u-acknowledge ukulunga kwakho in our lives, oh God, nasebomini babantu Lord God, ubanikele vision, bancede ke bantu, ubanika amandla somandla angcwele bakwazi somandla banamandla Thixo thengcele ubanike somandla vision enkulu somandla ubenza abantu ba-understand Lord God yivision yokuqala Thixo thengcele eqala uyiva enjena. Lord God, bless your children, oh God, cover them with the blood of Jesus, provide for their needs in the name of Jesus. Father, we honor you, we give you glory and praise. There's nobody like you, Lord God. We thank you, Lord. We can feel your presence in this place, Lord God. Please bless each and every one of us, oh God, according to our heart's desires. When oh Lord God, yazazi izidingo zethu. Thixo thengcele thandazela itinarha Nkosi. Simisa itinarha somandla xa usathana Nkosi ekhulisa umoya wotywala somandla siyawutshabalalisa umoya we-drugs, Lord God, egameni likaYesu sithulisa umoya we-poverty etinarha in the name of Jesus. Lord God, sithulisa umoya we-anti-progress bawozithi izinto seziqaliwe ziphele. Lord God, not this one. Lord God, we secure lena event Thixo thengcele ngombono lo mbono wabo Thixo thengcele ubancede egameni likaJesu Kristu Nkosi yethu. Amen. Ngicela sithi amen sihlale phansi. Amen. Abantu ke banengxaki xa besibona sorry ibangathi kufuneka sibajayivisile. Ingalifuneka sinijayivisile ne? Asikwazi kuhamba kwelilizwe lakhokho bethu. Do we have some jazz lovers in the house? Up and down. Do we have some jazz lovers? Just do like this. Asikwazi kuhamba kwelilizwe lakhokho bethu. Asikwazi kuhamba. Do we have some jazz lovers in the house? When you go, when you go, when you're the good selling, when you go home, what will you see? When you're the good selling,
Thank you, my father, for such wonderful words, the words of wisdom. Really, that's true. Before you do anything, you need that power from God. God has got the power that is not even challenged by anyone. For this foundation to exist, God was there. It's the superpower. It's the God that we know. The God that released the Israelites from the hands of persecution. The God that you know that gave the power, the wisdom to Moses to release the Israelites to go to the land of beauty, Canaan. Thank you for that such wonderful words. As we want to time on the past, I'm going to pass that chance. So that chance is now the past. Thank you, Sakai. Really now, the next item that's going to follow now, we're going to get a music item from African Renaissance. African Renaissance is going to give us some items. Thank you very much.
Life is a fragile privilege. Life is God's gift to humanity. Life is a journey, enjoy the ride. Yes, life is a mission to be fulfilled. Children are a blessing from God. They are innocent and vulnerable. Children must be nurtured and cherished like treasure. They are a jewel to be cushioned. For Melanie, Abantwana Music. Life is a fragile privilege. Life is God's gift to humanity. Life is a journey, enjoy the ride. Yes, life is a mission to be fulfilled. Children are a blessing from God. They are innocent and vulnerable. Children must be nurtured and cherished like treasure. They are a jewel to be cushioned. For Melanie, Abantwana Music.
A foundation to save the nation. Education is transformation. Dedication is what is needed. This development is what is needed. 13 October 2018, the Bucks and Danga. Not your shorty, we are mayor. Under 18, it's very bad out here. It's a life, people, you producer. Nancy Mikey, he big fire. I big bad feed, the Dabaka Vuba. Yeah, we like it. Yes, we do, sir. Yeah, we like it.
The great archer, Manuel was sitting down and never come. But my comment is upon.
We are the voices of the children, those who live and those who are yet to be born. In your head lies our future. In your head lies our destiny. Intaba is the foundation to save us all. We are your children. We are your children. We are your children.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Really, if you are grown up in this area, you are grown in this area of Usnik, I'm sure when somebody talks about Intaba, one able to see it is here around us. If you are grown here, Abakaba, if you are grown here, Balanga, in the you're able to know Intaba. Intaba but today, in foundation, here is it. And we are able to demonstrate, to show us what's the meaning of this Intaba, what it entails, thanks, my group. Now the next item now that is follows. Now we need to introduce our guests. Welcoming introduction of guests will be done by the Intaba Vuba Secretary General, Vuba Bijo. Can you come forward, Bambo Bijo? Nigeluzanda. As a cousin about Vuba and Aba, as welcome. And talk about Bambos.
Ngosi Tofana, Program Director. Pangoba di Bekele Pamili, Dikela Inwin Ukaza Usisilo, Trainer Bandwana. Usisilo, Trainer Bandwana, Dikale Sevenza Naye, 1984. Wanga Wochad. Datumba undishiyile kulo mcimbi wakhetha ke wathi utata wekhaya phuma ngokulanto ngoba usemzini wathi ndigqibela ushiya lo mzi ndihambe ndokwenza lento namhlanje uba ne-3 months emke aye overseas otrainer abantu abatsha overseas aphinda kuyezoba lapho atrain abantwana abaninzi bamazi ngegama likaNoseko okanye igama likaNori. Ndicela vele torhwana simbone, ndicela usisi Nori avele, ndicela usisi Nori avele. Thank you. Unori ke ligama esilisaziwa naphi na ngoku. Yena ke into ayenzayo wemka ke kuba ebaleka emzini wohlala eGqeberha ewoma napha train ukuze azofumana ke le chance yomane esiya overseas. Kodwa uthe uyabuya kulonyaka azohlala apha eTinarha, kodwa uzawutraina izikolo zaseTinarha. Each and every school zaseTinarha sisebenza ke lo project sobabini enkosi. Enkosi Ntokwana, enkosi program director, molweni apha endlini torhwana. Mna ke ndiphiwe eyona nto yakha yancinci eyoba mandithi khululani iibhatyi nonwabe kusekhaya nalapha. Iqhaqhiwa ikatyhulu eBerega ziindawo zalapha eTinarha. Hayi, andithethi ke ngeNtaba kaVuba. Ke ithi loo nto xa besitshekisha la magama saya safumanisa ukuba masithathe eli leNtaba kaVuba, ngoba ujikela le dry nantsi iqhaqhiwe, ujikela le dry nantsi isoloko ile qhaqhiwe. Sathi make sitshintshe ke thina sithathe eli gama iNtaba kaVuba. Eli gama ke nyani lisinike umdla kakhulu, ngoba sisenza la matile nje leli gama. Kangangento kokuba sesiguglisha ngokokanye siyagqiba phaa kulaa kona sithi sifuna uyebumbana, sive kakuhle ngale Ntaba kaVuba, singabi yinto esiyithetha nje kanti asiyazi uba ithini le nto yeNtaba kaVuba. Ukutsho ke ndicela umngeni apha eTinarha ukuba iTinarha lithi nanku umnyango uvulwa nguVuyo Jack, Advocate Vuyo Jack uvula umnyango. Wangena uBishop Faltein, wangena uBhambo Mbityo, wangena umncedikazi Mjana, wangena ndiske ndifuna uthi boy ke mna uBoy Squad, wangena uZamxolo, kwangena ke noNcedile Mondini. Sathi ke masiyithathe le nqwelo sibheke nayo phambili. Ukuthetha neenkokheli asinto yokuba sifuna okanye siyaphapha, hayi, sicela iinkokheli zize ngaphambili zithi sisapota le nto niyiphetheyo, masimuvele phambili. Enkosi kuye wonke umntu omameleyo namhlanje endicinga uba uza kuthatha naye ibhatyi yakhe athi nam ndikhwele eqongeni ndilandela i-IDF ke iNtaba kaVuba Development Foundation. Enkosi.
Thank you very much. Asimele izandla kwendawo. Right. Njengoba sihle lapha sinongiwe sineqhalanga elilapha phakathi kwethu elisimoldileyo nala xa kuthiwa irhamsa into kalongawuza nanko lakhona ecangu kwakhe uMike Bernard luqhamela phaa umnina wakho uWinston Mirha ujonge ngapha Speaks noSipho Njomba Ncume uPhula intombi kaTini ezobe inzalo yayo intsha esendeni, intombi kaTini jonge ngapha nanku uBhukula Zandile, nanku umama baphakuthi molekazana wasekhaya, nantso into kamatheza Fondeni, nabanye endingababoniyo mani nabo noTiwi omthekazi andiboni kulaa kona ingapha. Omnye uzakuintrodyuswa ke uyawuthitsho ngabanye abantu nothi mna naba bantu balapha bazomamela bakuthiwani na. Ndithi enkosi ngaloo nto. Naw uBhambo usinikile usichazele ngale Ntaba kaVuba, usithe qaba amagqaba ntlintli wayibeka le Ntaba kaVuba baya isuka apha wabiza amagama aseTinarha uMaqhaqhiwa namanye Kodwa ke ucela umngeni. Ithi loo nto leyo phakathi mama mayifothoza. Njengoba sitho nje bisa abantu basetinarha ngoku. That's a challenge, Mama Mali. Mama Mali, that's a challenge. You know this now. You know the history of UNIC. Sayazi la ndaba ifuna researchers ke laa nto. We keep information more understandable and meaningful information ezakuthi ejishe kule bring the information. Nise Intaba kaVuba. Izawufumana i-understand yale Intaba kaVuba. Nabanye tata ke phaya kwale safunda bakuthiwa khona into ethnographic research. Ndiyafuna baphume bahambe ovuyi banyuka apha bake bowuhlala balale kwezaa nqukuthu nakwezaa mbuzane zaphaa kwintaba kaVuba. They will be able to understand and get the information from those people abaphaa kuyo. Le nto kuthiwa ethnographic research. Uhlala ufumane yonke laa nto bhala wena umntu ofundileyo. Umntu ofundileyo uzawubhala yena kuba kaloku elaqhego laqhekosana bazobhala kodwa aza kunika information. That's a challenge ke for you and your team. Boy, go out and make more research. You'll get information. Xa ndithoyo kwa ndilandela khona nje umntu ozawuthetha ngoku uzawuchazela uba why are we here, the purpose of the day. Uchairperson uBishop Lawana Fontaine uyabona phaa ka-5 apha eKapa kwakho izikolo phaa oomadwane nezikolo oomatshetshi ifukusenzele. Ezi zikolo zezikolo sasifunda kuzo apha. Lo usayo ngoku uzawuthetha apha uphuma kulaa Swazile katata Matana uzazothetha echazele uba ngaba sizile ntoni na apha namhlanje. Come forward, Bishop. This is the bona fide of this town. Uphuma kule dark streets zalapha eTinarha. Uphuma ube bumnyama sasingenabane ngoko sasingenatha sasihambe edakeni. Here's Lawana. Thank you very much.
Umfundisi okhoyo apha othe umfundisi kukho ke andiyabasebenza njani ukhona utata apha ungare kasazi isiXhosa kodwa samani sixuba. To the Reverend who opened the church for us and gave us a very important thing, the word of God and the prayer, I say good evening Fundisi and all other distinguished guests that are here according to their protocol. I'm given a task here to say why are we here. We come from homes and we go back to our homes. Why don't say why were we here upper Holo, town hall? We are here through the vision of a man called Uvuyo Jack. Whenever we met at funerals, we met at parties, at homes, dinner tables, we were discussing about our town or townships. It's very easy to say, look what's going on. Look at the children. Look how they drop out from school. Look how the rate of fail is so high, the failure rate is so high. But it's good to say so. But what we did nothing. They say talk is cheap, but whiskey, money buy the whiskey. You can talk, but you do something. And while we see this chaotic situation going on, it will perpetuate, it will increase, it will escalate. There's one who says, Evil thrives when good men are silent. While we're silent at home, eating our puddings, eating our dinners, evil thrives outside. We see it. And this man had a vision that at least we can do something. You are here today because of the vision of a man called Vuba. He's from Mutiny. And you are proud about the place where you grew up, where you were born. I was born at number 5 Avenue, 5 of January 1955. All the 5s. I drive to Kalang, I see the place where I was born. It's not far from the tower. Number 5 Avenue, 5 of January 1955. And in my mind, I think I will die whenever there's a 5 there. When it's 4, I don't mind. I think I won't die. Even 1994, I won't die. If it's 2014, I won't die. I'm sure I will die maybe when there's a 5. 2025, perhaps. 2035, perhaps. So Vuba brought us together and we shared this vision. We shared this vision. We hear maybe in January that a certain school has got only 4 children passed. 4 children passed their grade 12. And it's a hullabaloo in January. Everybody talks about that. Everybody talks about that. But come February, nothing is said. It's as business as usual. We see the children dropping out of school and they're lingering, loitering at KwaNobuhle and KwaLanga, loitering. And there is a hand. The devil, the Reverend can bear with me, the devil likes an empty hand. Once your hand is empty, the devil is happy. He's going to give you something. But not to give you something good. He will give you something bad. I read in the week, there was a strike at Mdantsana of prisoners. The rate of prisoners today, the normal rate of prison cells today is 120%. That means if a prison takes 80 or if it takes 100 prisoners, the normal rate is 120 in one cell. Just imagine people convert together in one room. 120 of them. Because they drop out of school. Because they don't succeed in their metric. And then they resort now to do other things. But this man, Vuba Jackson, we must do something. We must not just talk. To talk won't help. And there's a lot of unemployment. We know now the new technology. People are getting out of factories now because they put robots, they put technology. Where 100 people used to do the job, only 10 now do that job. We saw the posters, a good year is going to invest 750 million. But 120 people come out of good year. Because that 750 million is not actually labor intensive. They put technology there that does the job more faster than human beings. And more people go unemployed. And unemployed results in poverty. And unemployment results in crime. That's not a secret. Our people are skills. That's why you go to town to Van Riebeek Hoogte, I was an inspector at the municipality, going during the week, maybe in Lovemore Heights, in PE, in Lorraine, in PE, you hardly see a person there, lingering there. Sometimes you want to ask a street, there's nobody to ask a street. Because everybody is employed at Lorraine, everybody is employed at Lovemore Heights. But go to Kazakele, go to New Brighton, go to Kanobushe, it seems as if nobody is working. With a lot of people because of shortage of skills. IDF thought about to empower people with skills. That's why we repeat it here. Because we looked around, how can our people be skilled? Because what we have, unemployment today, is what they call structural unemployment. That means there are jobs, but there's no people to fill those jobs because people are not skilled to fill those jobs. And IDF is looking at this. At this stage, we have a partnership with a certain company in town. That's a training company that gives skills. And we met them. We reached out to them and said, how can we do so that we can get skills for our people? And I'm glad to say that we've signed a contract with this company that will enable our people to get skills from them so that at least our people can have jobs. It doesn't matter how many jobs. The way the jobs are so scarce today, one job is a job too many. If you can feed one person from this unemployment, from this poverty, we take one people and then we get the job. Is one job too many? And also, Mr. Vuba, our MC, has mentioned in Utney that we grow up here. This place, Utney, was the sports place, was the sports city. There our guest speaker now is Brasmat Konyama. He knows me now of late, but I knew him because he was playing rugby. We were kids, small. We helped them to take bags for them if they haven't got money to go into the stadium. Say, Brasmat, manupatsele bag yako, akbambe ngidla, ungene panga pata. Luckily, I stayed at 6th Avenue. I was born at 5, but I stayed at 6th Avenue. Brasmat knows. And Bobish knows, not far from me, who put Stam, or Krushe, or Kopjane Krushe, who Zolile Krushe, they were staying just across the road with me. But where the sports today is dead. And this, especially rugby in Utney, Mr. Bloomberg, rugby in Utney was highest. There were Springboks here, international players, Osemi Yini, or Filton Corner, or Gibson Kaulayo, you know them. But sport is dead now in Utney. So IDF is trying to promote these three cardinal elements. Education, we want to help in education. No matter how we help, we want to help in education. Secondly, we want to give skills to our people. Thirdly, we want to promote sports. That will help fields, genuine fields to be built. So that's the UIF today. Now the purpose of us today is to launch this new phenomenon, which is called IDF, Intaba Vuba development. It's a launch of IDF today. And my colleague has already appealed to us in Utney that must please support IDF. If you put a tap, if your tap is putting a drop of water in the evening and you put a bucket there, at least tomorrow morning you have something to drink. We know that this situation that we're in now is too big too big, the situation we find ourselves. But with us now coming together and converge and unite, we will do something in unique. So that's why we're here today. We're here to launch IDF, Intaba Vuba Foundation, which emphasizes education, emphasizes sports, emphasizes skill development. I wish that you'll join us. We know that for the elephant of unemployment, elephant of anything, but the wise people, reverend, they say an elephant is eaten by pieces. You won't eat an elephant in its hugeness, but you eat it by pieces. That's what IDF is doing, to eat this element in pieces. Thank you very much. I think we found out what IDF is doing today. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Bishop. Bishop is very clear. I'm not going to repeat what he said, but let me congratulate for this great idea that was brought forward by Advocate Jack Vuba, the one who seated there. You know, he used to phone me when he was in Malaysia. He studied in Malaysia, abroad. On Sunday, every Sunday I knew at around about 2 o'clock I'd be getting a call from him. He was studying law in Malaysia. He came back and resided which is evening post, chalang, Nam Sabes. I can't drink him, I better go home. But he came out one day, he said to me, I want to be an advocate. I said, how going to be? I want to do pupillage, what is known as pupillage. That was my advocate, because he has tried pupillage. We spoke together, we went up to Dr. Kabule and spoke to him. And thereafter, he went to Cape Town by Angela Cost. His certificate was signed by Tula Omar, the Minister of Justice. Sipali University, Tula Omar, certificate Sakasabo advocate. That idea is what by Umbana, Chai Gulawa, Kalapai Makina. We are losing the idea, and he touches, as he said, the very fundamental aspects of life here. 1, education. 2, attaining skills. So the skills was that South Africa is a country with shortage of skills. But their initiative now is going to crush that kind of a barrier. Because that companies Banazo sound like I'm trying to skill our people. So that address the aspect of poverty, unemployment. Because Abanos were going to know Prosmigo was a boxer. He was not playing rugby alone. He's a fighter, a very fast boxer. Prosmigo now again. He played for Solos. He played for Solos. He's a boxer car. Power is a character, the operator. Our champions of unique. That's a man. These aspects, these areas that I'm talking about now are very important for us. And I think this I have with the foundation. Because as I'm talking now, the next item that follows, we'll get an item from Babalwa J-Fit Mlilo. Mlilo is going to give us an item. Babalwa, J-Fit, come forward. Kola. Kobele Sanda. Tasmika J, Mutuma Sangwalengo. If music is the food of love, just play on. Give me excess of it. Which is Shakespeare, was a staff of Mr. Singers. Such was all about the continue also Utata esithanda isingesi sweet and low. Utakaxhosa kwasesithi sweet and low. Sweet and low. Uyakhumsha utata itisa. Wakese kaloku umlilo. Babalwa.
Alweni. Sonke sinithathe sinisenkonzweni. Dala njani?
umtshana wakhe. Uyabona iprogram phaa kukho umntu okuthiwa ngumlilo bezawupatnelisha naye. Kodwa ke umlilo ke uye wahlaselwa kugula. Ke sengekho namhlanje. Ndiyawucela nje sibe nje 2 items ipad before uyongena. Phaya abatineka kapha sibiko. Sinabantu abanye bathatha isigrike. Babizwe bayotolika. Aba uDepartment of Labor. But for this building youth day, I've got people that talk Greek. They're always invited to come and make some interpretation in the court of law. Propita, one of us propita law, Nibaka America. Propita, party walking stick for the Shanguzake, just sign the Pusaka, Berlin down on the episode. Kutataga my 4,000. Other gentlemen, as your father, the great man of and Propita likes to get to finish antiques. Who does our wardrobe says the color, there's a car, there's a car, there's a bus, there's a dog. Who does our Propita, the old things that provides the history of the African people.
1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2.
Thank you.
From the
Deshi, and this is the Eric and Jazz Band.
One, two, one, two, one, two, one, two. One, two.
And this is Eric and Friends. Ingoma isayicula ngokuthi not yet uhuru. By umama uLetha Mbuli.
sinapot. Singala bikupi. Ako komesto popularisme. Halama kamandela. Bakora banya magit. Harasibana sasimpulu lagila. Otum sasapati. Mutin natuhuru. Bakora banya magit. Harasibana sasimpulu lagila. Otum sasapati. Mutin natuhuru. When such songs are sung, oh, those days, the musicians were trying to demise, amputate them, using their voices, talking to the government of this country, the government which was very brutal to the African people, such people like Ole Tamabul, Kaivazumeng and others. The musicians waged a struggle using their voice. They were talking to this government, the government that oppressed the African people there. Such songs were used by the African people, the musicians, Hugh Massacre and others. Oh, my God. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Ibanolaba. As now, kuzazuvuyo kanye uzaza mbona sondela kanti baze uthayelelwa abafundi ngengoma zakudala empeli kwakhe ke uvimeni uzilungiselele umzukulwana umadwakha uncedikazi mjana
Isilungiselele even kwale-trial zabo. This man.
We are nothing but the creation of God. We are dust and clay. Our duty is to help each other, not to help only yourself, to help also those who are surrounding you. Mankai is nobody ngatula nithini nomvila umntana ngicula. Reverend Toby lapha bebecula apho alimoqedi. Imvile umntana wami bebonke. So baza phambili. Ansiyonto yazithoba phambi kwenu. Sisegautini wayemJoburg kodwa silali kwela Gauteng. Chief, we've been in Joburg for so many years. I've been guided by, I call him Chief, Mr. Smart. And I grew up under Mr. Bobby. So I'm humbled by their presence today. I won't be long, but we are all leaders in this house. I just want to touch on what is called a leader. What is leadership? I won't touch on what is IDF. That has been covered already. Leadership is a great quality of a human nature. every organization or group of people need a good leader. You are not your own leader, but you are the leader that leads the people. The Prophet of Islam once said, the master of the people is their servant. That's how we put it. So as leaders, we are the servants of the people. I don't lead of my own, but I'm supported by people like Bishop Lawan, my group, because I cannot stand alone. So it goes with other leaders around us. As a social being, each and every man has to lead his life through a mutual relationship with others. He is completely unable to do something alone. When you lead, you don't lead for yourself. You are the servant of the people. I am the servant of the people. Hence we have IDF today. It's because we have identified the shame around us. Our children are drowning themselves with alcohol and drugs. Yet we have leaders in the community who are doing nothing with these ills. Sinabantu esibabiza ama-leaders emphakathini abangaboni into wrong izinto ezenzekayo, abantwana bethu, odadewethu, abazali bethu, day in and day out. When we come back from Joburg, we have nothing else but to flaunt the beautiful cars that we are able to buy. And forget about our brothers and sisters around us. This is a sad situation that we witness day in, day out. Thus, the necessity of cooperation brings out the idea of leadership in our society. In our days, the concept of leadership becomes very influential in financial, political, and social arena. From the small institutions like family, every organization, and even the world body at large need good leaders for the perfection of the post-modern civilization. Yazicela i-leaders ezilayo, o-councillors, otishara, abefundisi, abantu bepolitiki, the politicians. Chief, we have a huge responsibility on our shoulders. Ubavile ababebecula besithi it's not yet Uhuru. It seems that it's Uhuru for our children to drown themselves. They call it ukonwaba. They call it enjoyment. They drown themselves day in, day out with alcohol and drugs. And they get pregnant day in, day out. Leadership literally is the state of position of being a leader that goes with or in front of a person or an animal to show the way or makes them to go in the right direction. As a term of sociological aspect, it is a process of social influence in which the person can enlist the aid, cooperation, and support of others in the accomplishment of a common matter. It refers to a process of influencing and supporting others to work enthusiastically towards achieving certain objectives. This is what IDF stands for, is to help those uplift each other. Pull up your brother, pull up your sister. Share whatever you have in whatever way or manner. Encourage each other. Groom each other to become leaders of tomorrow. This is the foundation that is seeing poverty flourishing in our townships. Yet we have leaders who have such talent here, but this talent goes wasted because there's no one to support it. There's a lot of talent in Youthnik, but there's no one to support it. Ininzi italente etinaka. This talent, but it goes wasted. Nobody supports it. IDF is there to hold hands with such talent. Let me not be long, because our guest speaker has to attend to a very special meeting. But we must appreciate that such leaders, they take their time to help develop the society. When you are approached by Chief Samuel Endi, azange simfonele, wayekhona Pitinaka, he is an ambassador to Spain. But sava ukuthi ukhona sathi asumfonele uzodakana xesha. Saye endlini sathetha naye. Ungumuntu humble. He's a humble man. He's a servant of the people. Siyabulela Chief ngoba lapha. Asifuni imali yakho kodwa kasenzele imali. IDF isebenza. Ngithani nokukhulisa unobuhle ulanga disperse and all the other surrounding areas, because we are faced with this challenge in our townships. If you go out here now, you drive past Madadeni, that's where our nation is killing themselves. You pass Jwaha, that's where our kids are killing themselves. Let us hold hands and help our brothers and sisters to realize the danger they are putting themselves in. Let us help them to create bright futures for themselves. Let us help them to educate themselves. Let us empower them with skills, not to rely on working at Volkswagen to be self-employed. That's what IDF is trying to do. We had discussions with Lumotech around the training and sponsoring our kids with technical skills. they are willing to sponsor at least 10 students per year from grade 8 up to grade 12. That's how we are trying to change the situation in Unique. We are going strides, steady but sure. Save the children, we are trying to save our children. Save the nation. They were part of this South African makeup. They are leaders of tomorrow. Bazingokeli, Zangomso. We as fathers, as mothers, the responsibility is in our hands to help them grow as responsible human beings. Thank you.
Now, program sikhawuleze sawucela ke sikololo majwa kuze ngaphambili uzo-introducer inkokheli izawuzapha izosichazela abambali lo esukaphi ezalwa ngubani inkosi Jahaz.
Good evening to everyone. Mine is to introduce our keynote speaker, who grew up in Utne and went to Fort Hare. He was also an Eastern Cape MEC for Economic Development and Tourism. He was also a former ANC spokesperson and currently he is the ambassador to Spain. I present to you Utatu Smart Ngonyama as our keynote speaker. I know most of you know him better than what I've just mentioned here. He has contributed a lot to South Africa. I thank you.
So much, you guys, for that introduction. Thank you, Master of Ceremonies, Ovish, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, and to the executive of IVF. I want to say thank you so much for inviting me to be part and parcel of this very, very important occasion. I must say that it is indeed a privilege for me to be here. Amongst you, my own brothers and sisters. Thank you. It is indeed a privilege. I've actually noted, ladies and gentlemen, during my life as a person, and I've also noted during my time as a person that has been given a number of responsibilities by you through your own structures, that nations of the world have actually been galloping, moving forward, being creative in many ways. Industrial revolutions, the first, the second, the third. And I also noted that during all those industrial revolutions, we, as Africans, as blacks in general, were being left behind. I have observed, as I grew up within the streets, amongst the different communities within the Eastern Cape and other parts of South Africa, that this kind of situation has been persisting. And also, I must say that I've appreciated contributions that have been made by a number of leaders here in Utah, were great leaders that worked very, very hard to change the situation. But because the levels of poverty, the levels of illiteracy, unemployment, gangsterism. By the way, I grew up in an area where we had a very big group that was called Amabucha Boys. Those that grew up Walanga, Bayayas Lord. Those that grew up, that used to go Ekapa, we always was Ekapa, Ekapa Hall. They know that in that area used to be an area Yamakomor. I grew up within that. Nevertheless, we had leaders that were working very, very hard to try and change this situation. In ensuring that a certain high level of values is instilled. And there were shining stars that you used to come out of this society, as a Tina. And not only here in Utah, in the whole of the Eastern Cape. Great leaders were produced. But amidst their efforts, as challenges continued, and nations of the world were advancing in technology, they continue to advance in science. They continue to count different industrial revolutions. And till now we have been condemned as better workers and as workers in general. And this kind of situation assisted. However, it produced leaders like Nelson Mandela. It produced here in Youth leaders like Utatu Chalmani. I'm not sure if people here know Chalmani. Utatu Chalmani used to stay 24 about Liliza and others that were produced in this place. About Chalmani went to Robben Island twice. Obuzola Nwini, Obut Ken Mali. A number of leaders were produced by this community. And they were so much engrossed and committed in changing the situation Yasetina. Because oppression tends to produce self-hate. Subjugation tends to produce a situation where you lose confidence in yourselves. It is meant to do that. And hence the anger is now expressed internally amongst ourselves in the townships. And hence different gangsters that would be established. And later, after those gangsters that I referred to, then you had Ama One Way, Ama 28, and Ama 26. People that were ravaging and killing themselves and killing the community. Nevertheless, we had leaders. And this kind of leaders, what they were doing was giving hope to us. And not only the leaders that were sung, there were many leaders that were unsung. Abefundisi benkonzo zalapha eTinaka, otishara balapha eTinaka, great teachers that were produced here. Bobish referred to, I think even Bishop referred to some of the products of those teachers, Omagenis Titi, Igemi, and many others, Omtiga, and many others, Ocharumbali, Mkai, Ujo, Ocharudani, and many others that produced Springboks out of those squalors from nowhere. They produced people that became competitive. The only person that scored, by the way, against the British Lions was Morgan Tushe, Bishop. The only person that scored against British Lions in their tour here in South Africa, it was Morgan Tushe, Kopjai. Sugama got 5. A product, yes, Otishara. The unsung heroes, Zalapha Tinaka, and those great leaders that produced many, many leaders that we enjoy today is Zalapha Tinaka and in the Eastern Cape in general. Because those teachers are Fundisi. Umfundisi uLimekhaya, umfundisi uLuzipho, and many others that I can't remember. Those were role models in our communities. Kuthiwe ke apha, Bobish, Mr. Chairman, I must not digress. uchilo phaya uadvocate wamane kuthumela SMS qho nomncedikazi bathi kum ukhona i-theme ethi in giving we receive, plow back into the community. I hope as I speak, advocate, I'm not moving out of that thing because we emphasized it guys. Imane nithumele SMS, ndimane ndiyibona befowunini yam ndibuze ndithe mhlawumbi kuyaziwa uba lo mntu lona can actually move out of the topic and talk other things and ezimdlayo mhlawumbi, and therefore makahlale in line. What I'm saying about these great leaders, after they studied, after they became conscious of their indignation and managed to extriicate themselves from fear, they decided to plow back into the community. And plow back in the community is not plowing back money only. It is not only money. Money is nothing. Money comes at the end. What is important is particular values in the society. It is those values that produced a number of leaders that I referred to as Pananokokjai, and a number of players in rugby, in boxing. Spoke about boxing. Sizakele Kunzi defeated Lucas Matseke. Lucas Matseke was an Olympics champion. And Sizakele Kunzi did not get an opportunity to go to the Olympics. But when he came back, Lucas Matseke, he was challenged by Sizakele Kunzi from Utrecht. And he toyed with him. He toyed with him. He was a left-hander. He toyed with him. And again, South Africa couldn't believe that Lucas Matseke can be defeated by this man who didn't have a South African champion title. A rematch was organized for Sizakele Kunzi. And Sizakele Kunzi knocked down Lucas Matseke in the second match. Talking about plowing back, what you said I must talk about, I hope I'm in that line. Because Sizakele Kunzi and these people, the intellectuals that were born here, Abu Zolanini and others, the revolutionaries that were produced in Utrecht, they did not just come from nowhere. They came as a result of the plowing back of certain leaders, particular leaders, Apa Itinaka, and those leaders are unsung even today. And some of them are called Strado that have been named after them. Dr. Majombozi, the first African lady doctor in Utrecht. One of the top intellectuals that were produced in Utrecht is unsung even today, and many people don't know very little about Dr. Majombozi. People that plowed back in our community, lest we forget, advocate. All what I'm saying is that IDF move on. Because the people of Utrecht were not meant for the dust. The people of the Eastern Cape were not meant for the dust. Africans were not meant to be sluts. They have an innate dignity. There are particular values that are inborn within Africans. That is why they talk about Ubuntu. And that is one important value system that will never get anywhere in the world. And every time I try to articulate this value system Yobuntu, I am because of you. Umtu ngabanye abantu. There's no person who lives in an island. One great man who established Mondragon experiment, which is now a world-renowned cooperative system in the world, as Spain, a model that has attracted people from all over the world to go and see. This cooperative system that was started by the workers of the Basque Country. It was started by Umfundisi Otile Wamarong. And this reverend was making an example to the community of Basque countries at a time when the Basque countries were ravaged by unemployment and poverty, because there are no mineral resources. And today, in Northern Cape, the renewable energy projects that are there are coming from Basque country. The motor industry, some of the guys, some of the comrades, the NUMSA that go to Spain, they go in those places up there because they focus on technology. And that technology is coming from a product of this Mondragon experiment that I'm referring to, that was started by a single Umfundisi. And he said, when he started it, he says a drop of water can easily evaporate if it's only a drop of water isolated from the ocean. But if that drop is immersed within the ocean, then it becomes sustainable. It becomes part and parcel of the big, of the whole, of the ocean. IDF is building an ocean. IDF is telling us, I suppose, Executive Baumdito, Bishop, that in isolation as individuals, with all the challenges that are facing us, we'll continue to suffer and will continue as a nation to go through a slippery slope of destruction, drug addiction, alcoholism, disrespect of human values. But if, as individuals, we come together, cross-pollination on the value systems, respect one another, you are telling us that that's the direction that we need to take. And I do believe that Vuba advocate Uguti, you say money, Sifune, I agree with you. In order for us to advance certain programs. But I do want to say that you have to stress a lot on the question of value systems within our society and our community. I agree entirely with you that the younger generation is perishing very fast. The young blood of one nation, the lifeblood and the flowers of one nation, and that blood that circulates in the body of this nation, which is the youth, that are supposed to carry the vision of this nation, that are supposed to be the recipients of the institutional memory of many amongst us here. Fortunately, we have great leaders here in the field. When Bob and she were introducing some of the leaders that are here, I don't have to even mention them. They carry so much value. nango phaya Miss Mali balapha utishala uNjomba balapha bonke abantu abakhulu oba uNongawuza and many others, Bishop. All of you, I agree entirely with your advocate. You are leaders. We are all leaders. I agree, advocate, that as leaders we must be servants of the people. We must not put ourselves in a position where people must worship us. When they see us, abantu must worship. You can't be an agent of change when you position yourself in that kind of situation. As an agent of change, it's you who must worship people. It's you at all times who must be ready and to serve the people and be deployed by the people. And you didn't. Yourselves, you didn't actually wait until people say, now, as an executive, this collective, when you took the initiative, that there is a challenge here. There's a virus in our society that needs to be uprooted. And you took that initiative because you regard yourselves as servants, because you can see that the lifeblood of one nation, the raw material, which is the youth, is getting finished day by day. And at times what is worrying, I may be somehow subjective on this issue that I want to raise. Listening to some of the young people attacking Nelson Mandela doesn't actually get very well. And calling Nelson Mandela a sellout. A person that served 27 years in Robben Island and was even prepared to die. And a person, for us to get into this, I do agree there's a need for plowback of knowledge. Because knowledge is power. Our youngsters are getting lost. They are getting lost day by day precisely because our society is fast getting Americanized. And we're losing our values. One writer said, wherever there are human beings conscious of their dignity, lovers of their freedom, willing to apply the demands of social justice, and able to accept a regime of solidarity, with that kind of nation, optimum results of success can be expected. It is that kind of consciousness of their dignity that our dignity is starting to wane out. That we must take up the position that we've taken. I want to congratulate you as the leaders who started this project. Ladies and gentlemen, we need visionaries. We need visionaries. Afunekanga sinyamezele kakhulu into wrong. One time I was coming out of detention and I met Steve the late. Uyangibona ngidumile uthi kum, why kwedini nje? You know Steve. He was very unsympathetic. So ndingathethi, a ruthless leader. Then Archie, I hope when they were walloping you, you shouted. Unganyamezeli, because xa unyamezela uzawubhubha. Ungaziwa ukuthi You must shout so that there's help. The issue that is raised on this question is that the more sinyamezela this kind of situation which has engulfed Etina, the more it is actually getting deeper. The more it spreads all over, the more it becomes a cancer that cannot be uprooted. And there's somebody who raised certain places. Unyanisile. I get shocked at times. You see a big number of young people. And this becomes a culture. This actually become something that is accepted by people. And therefore we need to plow back, check, particular value systems. How are we going to do that? I think this kind of initiative is one of those seeds, mustard seed. It may seem to be minute, but it will give a very, very big harvest if we begin to push it much stronger. I do know that there is another foundation, a Queen Anna Foundation, if I'm not mistaken. It is the close cooperation of such initiatives so that we begin to outwit and drive out this kind of culture and plow back into our community and reclaim the good values of our communities. We need visionaries like you. In conclusion, ladies and gentlemen, I want to say that definitely we need IDF. I mustn't forget some of the things that were actually put across to me by my speechwriter sitting there, my son, because I've tried to paraphrase everything here. He said I must raise this question in the fourth industrial revolution very strongly. The technology advancement and the skilling of our society. Because again, we've lost the first, the second, the third. He says we can't lose the fourth industrial revolution. We have to be at the center of it. He says, let's drum up this message. I was very happy that Bishop raised the issue of skilling. I was very happy that Advocate also raised the issue of skilling with the companies in Utrecht. Volkswagen has been here for so many, maybe more than a century. But skilling in Utrecht has not improved. Goodyear has been here. If Volkswagen used to be called Studebaker. And so many people worked, and they came out without skills because they were just being focused in being workers. That's all. There hasn't been any focus in skilling. And how much investment has Volkswagen made in Utrecht to skill abantu baseTinaka? How much Goodyear has invested in Utrecht to skill? Definitely the question of the robots is coming in and it's going to take so many jobs. But it can be an opportunity if we take the fourth industrial revolution very seriously. Lest I forget this message that, and the gentleman over there said, please Tata, you must raise this issue. It is very, very important. And of course the other one is the question of the environment. He said, I must raise the question of the environment because there must be close cooperation between Upila Kwetu and environment here. He said the reason why we have the droughts that we have now, especially Eastern Cape up to Western Cape, is precisely because there hasn't been conscientization of the people on questions of environment, preservation of our environment, conservation of the resources that we have, water amongst them, and cleaning of our environment. This area, Utnek, used to be known as a garden town. This area was green. I grew up myself as an individual selling flowers. Waking up 2 o'clock in the morning, walking from Kualanga up to the station, and from there you go to Port Elizabeth, Utwele, Ipokes and flowers. Because Utnek was known to be a garden town. Sakula in that kind of environment. But today, there's nothing called garden town. There is no looking after our environment. We are as Logishin. It's another situation. I thought I must not lose this opportunity because when we drive home, and unless somebody is going to whisper to me, but you missed very important points that you didn't raise. I want to say thank you so much for giving me this opportunity, sir. Advocate Jack, Netigazi, Executive Young, actually, Mandikata. Because bafike kazi nomcimbi namhlanje sinomcimbi. Bathi kuza kuqalwa ngo7. Ndavuma ndithi hey. And baqumba pha ekhaya ba ayi uvumela ntoni usazi basinomcimbi ngalamhla. That hayi umcimbi uqala ngo7. We starting at 7 o'clock and I'm sure by 8 o'clock I'll be through. Ndibele mcimbi. And the Kodwa guy say thank you so much. They were so very, very persuasive. I couldn't say no. And Watula, the advocate, he was keeping quiet. And the person, 2 people were speaking. But when we said Dikas coming, by the soft spot. The Dikas was talking, it was the one who was talking, a landlord of Undi. Because Umbi John Yamas, Dada. Why 2 Islam, Yamas, Dada Umbi. Nalo wafundiswa ezambatha zimilileyo ethoba efundiswa ukwenza izihlangu eza skills thetha ngazo. I was persuaded by these people. I just want to say thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to speak to you. Thank you.
It's wonderful. It's wonderful. Study parties, bucket talk, apply what we have received from Ayatollah Khomeini. That's me good.
Ngokusisami nginyawo torhwana ndicela uthatha elithuba ndithi thina silitinarha ikhona into esinayo kodwa asiyiboni. Ngenye imini ethetha uBrasmats uthi uyayazi xa uphethe into ebalulekileyo esandleni akuyiboni laa nto ufuna leya nantso iphethe but akuyiboni. Udathi kukho umlambo wena umi ngapha kweli cala lomlambo uphethe igold esandleni ngapha komlambo ubona into eblenkayo uthi yidayimani. Now ufuna uwela nomlambo uyothatha laa dayimani akuziboni uba uphethe igold esandleni enkulu kunala dayimani uyibona kwelaa cala. Hamba uwele laa mlambo uyafika phaa ibhotile steak liya iphi idayimani esandleni iwile akusenayo akusayiboni uthi ke masiphume ke kwingqondo enjalo xa uphethe into esandleni yibambe uhambe nayo usebenze ngayo ndisawagcinena namhlanje ke amazwi awewathetha and ingathi sasephaya stadium eJabavu. Ndifuna ke ukucacisa into encinci apha phakathi kwethu. Utata uSmart njengoba simbone apha phakathi kwethu siphethe le mbasa sifuna ukumnika sithi enkosi kuye ngale nto siyenzileyo le nto sithetha ngezi-skills apha phakathi kwethu. Ngumntu esisebenza naye kwalapha phakathi kwethu owenza i-fine art, othe wajonga ubuso obu bukaBrasmart wathi ndiza kubenza ufane naye. Naku kuye ehleli ibhaliwe phaya His Excellency Ambassador to Spain Mr. Lulama Smart Ngonyama, awarded by Intaba Vuba Development Foundation IDF in the launch of the 13th/12th/2018 City Sile Executive this team Enkosi Kamela Enkosi.
Molweni ngakhona. Sibusisiwe kwakhona utata uSmart. Uyapleasure ukufundisa students esipasileyo uya e-university. Uthi masisikhethe sisigqithisele kuye. Mr. David, they call you Bloomberg. We are welcome. Our guest, Mr. Smart, is pledging to sponsor one student that has passed and is ready to go to the university. I have another special announcement. One of youth entrepreneurs, young entrepreneurs, by the name of, I don't see him here, but by the name of Rihanna Jonas, he has pledged to IDF 200,000 rand. This is the first we thank him in his absence. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Right? Umfundo makaze phambili. Bazawulungisa candles. They can light later. Umfundo since I'm available. Presentation Mr. Ngonyama, and Chapter VM Kunana Foundation. VM Kunana Foundation. Now you're like a member of VM Kunana Foundation. Now Chandong Hausa is a member of VM Kunana Foundation. I am the secretary of VM Kunana Foundation. We're trying to go to rebuild this unique of ourselves through these projects. All right. Who is a Tulera?
Saforda paa Plasmigo. Plasmigo. Ichi koska hapo tu wako Plasmigo. Thank you. Hey, tala mo. Pas pa chom na riba. Right, Budo. Well, set up a little the very back is I can't right here.
Molweni. Ninjani? Igama lami ngumfundo Dudo Jene kodwa abantu abazekuzanzolo mazakazakazana abantu ezebantwini. Ugqirha lo ujabula ukuthi ukhamba umhlambi unyembezana zonezana. Okay, wazenza uhlobo lena. Oh, okay, before lenze yonke into le ikhona nje into engenzekanga becima mhlambi izokwenzeka. I'm the guy, I'm the fine artist, the guy who made Tata Smart Munyama. Ndiyabule. Ndifuna ukuthi okay, kanivume Sumeni, kanivume. Ndizothopha kakhame ndichitha ndithola ubuchule ndichaze ndikaqeqa. NdingumXhosa ngesixhosa siqisi ndixela amaxhego aseqaba xexawana ndithi qha. Ndizawuthi tsigaza ngokukhulu umzi ndicela umthakazi ixesha eqhwishe empendweni ndingathi qha. Kanivume. Ndingaphozisanga maseko maqhume kushini ndingeqholweni bafana bamazilime ezitini. Iintombi zethu zifuna abayeni abaphume ezilalini ayongqento kabahlala behlupha abahlala ekuhlaleni. Jonga ke phaa ebekhaya edikeni exisi kwamanzi khanya besiphala zikhala sogqiba shika iintwana zikhanya naphaa kwazikhala bamdinga utywala okhala zikhala utandiye mdasane ndevile emveni bazifaka zikhala. Bothuka besuthu bokuva kukhuluma esisuthu bathula amakhukhu entlombi ingathi zoba nomfuthu ubuthetha bucuthu bazakwamzakatanga sinambanga sinxalelele ngoma. Madoda suke simena ngodonga bamela ngejonga zakumela hlabela lengoma jonga utika nombhile xa begaxela intsimbi nemfene ngafuka uthine amanena ngebhubhu yexhwela tebhubhu pheqele seleliqhula ibhumba legwele zothopha ngaqhabi ndichithe ndithola ubuchule ndichaze ndikaqeda. NdingumXhosa ngesixhosa sexisi xela waxhekwa sixaba xexabana ndithi qha. Ndizawuthi tsigaza ngokukhulu umzi ndicela umthakazi ixesha eqhwishe empendweni ndingathi qha. Kanivume. Ndithanda ujonga namndancoma bayekile uxhoma ndibonanga ngezulu zongoma basinikile ubukhoma ngomba xa sithi goba msengwa endaweni yakho kuzothengwa xa nimbagoba selucimba isikinde sakho sothenga kaloku uyalala ngencali inkomo kodingisengwa sathi la mazi sowothenga suka lophukiselwa ndizoxokiselwa xa bendiqhosha ibhokhi liphela intoni sihlelwa lilisho phuke zonke ikishela ndizonimesela ndizangapha kuzondihlisela mna ndandimbondibhokisa mdododisa ndongo manye amadoda ndabanyindoda Toti mzodi na kuba yote tubabuti ayebani nokhulika kubo uyenze toki kuba abadala bakho yote sele madoda kwazi ukudoda yika madoda mega madoda fika kuwe yika nobhonga hlabele ngo sikhomba nekhame ndichithe ndikhola umthule ndichaze ndikaqeda. NdingumXhosa ngesixhosa sexesi xela amaxhego secaba xexabana ndithi qha. Ndizawuthi tsigaza ngokukhulu umzi ndicela umthakazi ixesha eqhwishe empendweni ndingathi qha. Kanivume. Ndiyabule. Okay, before ndenze leyo gqibela ndiyabulela kakhulu kuTata Vuyo umbona ngokuthi andinvayithe kule event. Ndiyabulela ngeento ezininzi ngoba ndifuna ukuthi phambi kokuba mhlawumbi ndiqale le ngoma zeqala ngoku irelate kakhulu kubantu abaninzi and istori nje yesincinci ndadibana noTata Vuyo ndise-Love Life ndisenza i-show phaya e-Love Life and at the time ndidibana naye ndandingenandawo ndandigqothiwe ndibeke olo hlobo ekhaya ndingenandawo yolala ndilala estudio ndenza i-breakfast show and then he came through wandinika indawo yolala wandinika into yokutya wandinika yonke into kuba inkulu into ebonayo kum kuyo yonke loo nto leyo ngoku ndisemdantsane FM e-East London ndithathwe e-East London. I'm starting my show Monday. let's go. My next song. Yeah, any my medicines? Okay. Okay, let's go. Ubinga yabi yedwa lendlela kodwa namhlanje kubuhlungu uhleli yedwa esibhedlela banemimba ndedwa basakwazi nokumdwendwela bahleli kumthumela lamakhanda balengedwela ubinga yabi yedwa lendlela kodwa namhlanje kubuhlungu uhleli yedwa esibhedlela banemimba ndedwa basakwazi nokumdwendwela bahleli kumthumela lamakhanda balengedwela ubinga yabi yedwa lendlela kodwa namhlanje kubuhlungu uhleli yedwa esibhedlela banemimba ndedwa basakwazi nokumdwendwela bahleli kumthumela lamakhanda balengedwela uyintwana sesilalini yasifikela ezilokishini edolophini ufike ngolosibini zabo ugqiba isibindi baninzi bafika kuwe bathi nawukukhomba ndlela fanele umise ingqondo hlobo njongo uzoyilandela saqeqeleka insuku unqaba intorho siyakubethela intwana ezincinci kuze ibiza ibhari ziyagezela ziyahamba insuku 2 months later sone-friends ungenile ku-lifestyle sojijile dress ingxakile aka-avuti uthenga i-belts and what makes matters wezintanga zakho ziqhuba i-belts efuna i-medigrants ufile bayaphapha bafuna izintwana zine-dreads that's why ubhikshek batwenta kunayo imali bread ulife uyalawuza kunayo nditsho imali enkawuza uphekelwa ngundayiza sicelweni ufakwa ngunwayza babukele ubhayiza bayavuya xa lurhayiza urhulayiza ubizwa Mr. Fake urhwayiza don't ever let depression get the best of you life is beautiful a friend is incredible hlala phansi nangabixelele ngomnye ubhuti omkhulu yafika kasebenzi songela ikhrisimesi esibona siphuma straighti nomlinga kaphezi waphuma nomsebenzi wasitholela nemethi walikhaya ioledi zida zangabuyilethi yaphuma ubheka ethaveni esingena ubhushi sable ethephi mabestable izokuthenga implekable ziyahamba iyure utshintsha siva kuye hleke edlalayo ngoku imenza rube xozeka xa betha abantwana bhuti umuntu nguwe athenxe bonejistrin zona zimenza zule to cut a long story short waxela zezathothi and the guy was short aphakanye kwi-spinal cord uyedwe khoma bathinta ngamaphela athi uyebe khoma walahlola ilomkazana ekufele kodwa guess who was always there for him olindi lodwa so don't make the same mistake jika kungekabi late life is not a piece of cake kumzamo do you relate yeah kumzamo do you relate yeah kumzamo do you relate okay let's go ubeka yahambi yedwa lendlela kodwa namhlanje kubuhlungu uhleli yedwa esibhedlela banemimba ndedwa basakwazi nokumdwendwela bahleli kumthumela namakhanda balengedwela ubeka yahambi yedwa lendlela kodwa namhlanje kubuhlungu uhleli yedwa esibhedlela banemimba ndedwa basakwazi nokumdwendwela bahleli kumthumela namakhanda balengedwela uthithekile ubethekile bantu bashiye bedanile leziyo zikhethamile bakuthiwa uhlulekile kodwa ndoda ubuzamile ufuna umzala ashiye labaphuphi fezekile obona wedile kuhlobenanga nokhethekile kodwa kusebuhlungu kunzima uhlaba uyahlamba ndoda usekho ndingidingi unamaqediqedi ugcwele isiphithiphithi babukabuka futhi sokubheka sikisiki cela isibindi unyamezile ngoba khumntu nanosisi umnyama kukukhanya uvukwamehla kunazisi usezithembile sudinda umnyama phela ukhanya asibuza thini zonke izinto sehlakaxeshanye batyala kuphethe impingo oqupha kwinsingo ikatile leziko lahliwe nasobotiko thixo zathina ungabi limpilo ubhitya kwakho sebesithi hayi naleli khoyo umntaka nomeva banjani abantu abakhoyo bafuna ukuphula umphefumlo bantu bogqiba bosasaze kamva nabo kwibroadcasting bazokuqhakaza ubengayaphi yedwa lendlela kodwa namhlanje kubuhlungu uhleli yedwa esibhedlela banemimba ndedwa basakwazi nokumdwendwela bahleli kumthumela lamakhanda balengedwela ubengayaphi yedwa lendlela kodwa namhlanje kubuhlungu uhleli yedwa esibhedlela banemimba ndedwa basakwazi nokumdwendwela bahleli kumthumela lamakhanda balengedwela thank you.
Voice is power. Voice is power.
Enkosini kwakhona now that ixesha selinje Now that ixesha selinje, kukho i-item ezakwenzeka apha ngoku. This item yile isymbolizer i-launch yethu. Ithi a candlelight. Ndiyacela ke apha endlini, fortunately singabantu abazanayo, abantu abacingelanayo, abantu ababalulekileyo nganye nganye. Nabo ke ngoku kwenzeka. I-IDF team, it's just a pity nansi iphumile ikhaphe uPlasmas. Kodwa ke okubalulekileyo koku siza kucima izibane. Cima ibane. Siza kucima izibane. And then xa sicime ezi zibane, ikhona into ezawuthi yenzeke isenziwa yile executive. Siza kucela ke ngala mzuzu kusenzeka laa nto siyibukele. Apha phambi kwethu sinee-candles. Eza candles omnye uza kuqala le light ihambe le light. Ungapeniki kuba kumnyama. Ungapeniki kuba kumnyama. Sizawuyilayita deske ulayite owokugqibela umntu. Symbolize something as IDF. Enkosi, kodwa ke make sinike nje umzuzu ke sitye, and then as soon as bengena then siza kuqala ke i-item yethu. Enkosi. Okay, namu ke program director uthi ke while ke sisitya make sinikwe entertainment African Renaissance New Generation will take a stage.
See
1, 2. Isicelo esisenzileyo ngokwakhe sesoba sithi njengoba silapha nje sijongane nokucinywa kwezibane, load shedding. Sabani load shedding. This will symbolize into yokokuba ilight yaqalwa nguNtombi ize iye komnye. I-IDF ithi is to light a candle. Our President Advocate Vuba will be the first to light the candle. Then the chairperson, and it goes on and on and on. If you may do it, Mr. President, to light the candles for us. please. And then but nevertheless, if you can see, because the light, and after President we IDF ukalilu light and candle and then go wangelo wesithathu masijonge maphakathi ngokunjani ulayitile kumhlobo, which means IDF is bringing a light in Utenhage, is bringing a light in our metro, is bringing a light in our province, and is bringing a light in our South Africa. Is it? Are you not going to take part in IDF? Give the support to IDF because the light is already there. Please, it's a humble plea from IDF team. Come and join us. Paya IDF. Kuzabakona in the cities, the subcommittees. Be part of that. Be part of that. Na paya the IDF. Yadrela again. Intaba. Nayo the IDF as ikuba umqindi wayo. The IDF must always talk to people, explain what is taking place. It is because we were in need of those who are working outside of Utenhage, so that they can see what we are trying to do here inside in Utenhage, and therefore they would join us in that. Please talk to someone who is working outside Utenhage. Tell them about IDF. Show them what is IDF doing. Because the IDF is saying, when une certificate, une degree, can we change that degree? Skills so that uncedisane degree yakho ubheke phambili. Sithetha as IDF ngepoint ye-RPL sithi siza move forward with RPL. Nansi training center sinayo, baninzi abantu abahleliyo abanezikills zabelokishini but abanazimpepha zazo. Then IDF take those people ubanike skills and thereafter babe nempepha bakwazi ukumuva forward bafumane umsebenzi. That is the vision of IDF. Can we clap hands for that? Aba bantwana baninzi kangaka sithethile nomama u-ED, umama uNosi Nqwazi, ufuna ukubabona on stage. Thank you for your kindness, please. And but if we are all is irritating enough cheese, and thereafter slide there is bad. Oh boy, a slide there is bad. Derek is there, okay, thank you. Ifuna ukwenza tokwana asikafiki kwindaba yombulelo kodwa ke ndiyabona after utyile uthi all is well. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Utata program usakhatha. Now, ngixakwe mina ngeke ngapha yi-comment. Into endiyicelayo phakathi abendini incinci. Umuntu onida ukujoyina i-IDF will talk to umncedikazi, will talk to uBhambo, and thereafter sisibone city members. Okubalulekileyo ukuba usapote with a skill onazo siqhwalisa namba ke uziphethe ezimbili upasta wenu, uziphethe ezimbili, uphethe iculture ekuqaleni aphathe leli gqiba ambiza ngayo upasta. Andiyazi uzawujoyina yiphi kwi-subcommittee ye-IDF, uzawujoyina i-agriculture okanye uzawuthi hayi ma uzawulithi seqala lokufundisa. Yeah, because
now about to do the toast now. Mr. Palmo. Cashew, we're going to need a program. Tell him a poor job. Not that very toast. But again, so we had the toast that was no cashew, Mr. Palmo. It's going to go for completed the award of the Venezuela. The report of the only three ideas issues very up. Today, this is good on China, what's my name? I come to the Vuba in China. In the premises, in the paper of Vuba. Because I'm tired of China, I'm trying to Vuba, what have no great. So for the past night, when you believe that, it's on Vuba. Only I change the toast. There's a one, and you will get. Aunque con el doctor, que vamos mucho. Aunque tal vez más que el chamber. Más de todo. Aunque papá de lo que fue el clase que va con el saldo. Así es. El chamber se mueve. Eso es lo más Don't forget to talk. Wonderful.
Now that it is a cashew, sisithi alala IDF kuba olu suku lude lafika naba nabo abantu abalubonileyo ngomso nangomsomnye kuza kuthiwa hayi i-IDF siyayazi ngoba naleli qhashu sifuna ke ukwenza iqhashu ke ngoku.
Make sure abantu bayakhalela bonke abantu. Make sure bayakhalela bonke abantu.
Amaleki i-achas ezi icela zime ngokwetafile lokwazi. I-achas zethu icela zime nezitshapeni ezitafile zozazokwazi ugalela. Icela i-achas zethu mazikhawuleze lokwazi.
Ile chamber phambi kwakhe makayivule. Ivule chamber phambi kwakho.
Ladies.
Ugalele eglasini.
Mama waphethe i-champagne. Oh, sister flip.
Masivule chamber.
Senze ke.
Emveni kokuba ugalele abantu eglasini.
Yeah! Standing glass. Hey, standing glass full of fun. Hey, go again. They want to know I got one. They want to know I got one. Then goes again. Masikaleni senjenje tofana, cela sime ngenyawo, please. Cela sime ngenyawo, sigalele sonke. Sigalele sonke tofana. Sisibeke singayigcwalisile glass. Cela sime ngenyawo sonke. Oh please tofana manje ngixolele. Lena ayinayo la nto iphakathwana. This is the mild champagne without alcohol. Ngicela sime ngenyawo ke sithi isiphathe iglasi zethu. Ngicela sime ngenyawo siphathe iglasi zethu basigqibile ugalela. Ngibone abantu bagqibile ugalela. Cela ubona zonke iglasi siphethe. Cela siphathe iglasi. Sizakwenza bekathathu. Sawurhabulo okokuqala. Sirhabulo okwesibili. Then sirhabulo okokugqibela. Okubalulekileyo koku simamele amazwi azakuthethwa and thereafter sithathe ithabo. Siphinde kwakhona kuqhubeka amazwi siphinde besithathe ithabo. Lokokugqibela senze kanjalo. Izwi lokuqala nani? A vision came up and then thereafter IDF is born. It belongs Allah vision of IDF. Allah. Yeah. Izwi lesibini lithi a support from each individual inside this house will make IDF very strong and looking forward. A support? Thank you. Share. Uno. The last word. Siyabona phaya. Nansi motto. Ithi, save the children, save the nation. Save the children, save the nation. Save the children, save the nation. Don't slow down. Share. He's a jolly good fellow. He's a jolly good fellow. He's a jolly good fellow. And all of us. A day for all of us. Kultura babi, bos, kultura babi. Jolly. Thank you. Masih terjaga komo. Bau jom le pai pepe laku. Bau jom le pai pepe laku. Ubona pai pepe laku. As the item is lifted. ubona phaya kubhalwe awards, kubhalwe commitment awards. La commitment awards, this IDF team is saying mnamntu waseTinarha ofundisayo, ongumfundisi oqhubekekayo nempilo yethu, ndithetha ngee-caregivers, ndithetha ngawe wena noba uyintoni na eyenza iTinarha iphucuke. I-IDF iza kwenza into ekuthiwa liliso elijonge ntsho ukuba uyenzela ntoni community, and thereafter nge-27th of every January izabe isenza ii-awards, inika aba bantu baboniweyo bachongwa njengabantu abanesakhono into abayenzayo. Siyavana? Xa uBhambo ekwazi uthunga izihlangu athothele ntsha, makaphiwe mos i-IDF i-award. Akunjalo? Ithi loo nto phakama ke uqala namhlanje uzigade ba le nto ndiyenzayo for i-community ndiyenza phucukileyo na, ukwenzela uba ndibonwe yi-IDF and thereafter ke ngoku ndiphiwe ke ngoku i-award. Each and every 27th January i-IDF izawube icelebrata, inikezela ii-awards. So ukuba ke uyafundisa ndishalakazi, qhubekeka unikezele nangaphezulu. Ukuba uthi bawunongawuza uyayilidisha i-VM Kwinana Foundation to a level yoba eTinarha kuphucukwe, thina siyakubona, siyakuthatha sikunike i-award nomnye senza ke loo nto leyo. Kodwa kulona uJanuwari siya kuye i-27 asizokwazi ukunika i-award ngoba siyayixela ngoDisemba, uJanuwari lo siya kuye. Sifuna ukujonga unyaka lo wonke ukuba uqhuba njani na, and thereafter sikunike i-award. Thank you. Bekutshiwo kanene kwathiwa ze sibe nayo into ethi abantu abasazi basingobani, siphethe ntoni kwa-IDF. Namhlanje ke ndicela sizichaze singobani, siminjani, ukwenzela into yoba ngomso ulathe sitomaziyo. Nam u-advocate ngupresident we-IDF, nguye oyena usikhokelayo, elandelwa ngutata uBishop Lawana njengosihlalo chairperson. Nguye ke lo sihambe siye phaa usisi umncedikazi njani wenza into ekuthiwa ngunobhala, uyasibhalela iincwadi zethu, nguye 30 minutes nguSecretary General ka-IDF, kuthiwa SG. And then size kutata uzama uxolo ngoboy squad, akayopolitician nto fana, asifuna abayipolitician, sifuna into edevelopayo. Uthi ke ndithetha phaa kwipolitiki ndizodevelopa i-community yam luna. Uboy squad nguye othi ajonge ii-events zethu, atogqiba azipublishe. Ungu-public relations officer wethu nam uboy squad. Sibe naye utata Ncedile nam. Any program esithi sibe nayo uye othi nandifuna kule nyanga kwenziwe le program, and the program ifuna ihambe olu hlobo ukwenzela uba uboys kwatabo ikhwaza yena ke programs coordinator we-IDF, programs coordinator, and thereafter ke ngoku kubekho unonjeni beko luzabhatala check ithetha apha then uluthethayo ntombana ubhambo mbityo uphethe ezomnotho then yavuya ke ukubonisa iofisi ye-IDF. Emveni kwemini sizawube sinazo i-subcommittee. I'm sure sizawuzi-introduce kwi-27 siphetha ngazo. Enkosi.
Kwakhona banmakuthi i-item yokugqilela ebaluleke kakhulu ukulibulela i-IDF Executive Committee yayo inibulela kakhulu inxaxheba yenu inithe ngasixhasa. Namhlanje nisenze abantu njenge-IDF yaye na-patient khange nipenike nihleli apha nibukela i-IDF nasixhasa ngoba wonke umntu namhlanje uyakuyazi uba ikhona into ekuthiwa yi-IDF. Kuthiwa ke abantu abangenambulelo ngamahlwempu, i-IDF iyanibulela ithi nangomso xa sinibiza ixesha niyaba i-IDF iyakunihoya ngendlela eyakunihoya. Egameni le-IDF siyabulela ii-supporters zethu, ngaphandle kwazo ingasoze yenzeke le nto yanamhlanje ngoba siyaba yonke into yenziwa ngemali. Ithi ke ubhildi emkile apha kodwa ke nabo ngabaxhasi bethu ngingabonile behleli phaya. Sibulele kakhulu ke kwi-building ababaziyo ke abaxelela uba babulelwe yi-IDF. Sibulele kwakhona usodolophu wethu i-executive mayor uMr Mongameli Bubani, naye othe wasixhasa kwenzela uba ibe nokwenzeka le nto ye-IDF intle kangaka. Sibulele noMr Winki Makhasi, naye oyinzalelwane yalapha eTinaka othe naye sokukhala kuye naye wafaka isandla yakwazi ukwenzeka le nto ye-IDF. Last not least, sibulela zonke ii-performance ezilapha ngoba ngaphandle kwazo mhlawumbi sidolile sozela sadikwa safrustrated kodwa ke bezimane sinika udambi for Eric and friends. Mabonile apha u-Eric and friends i-family most of the time, utata, umama, abantwana. Mhlawumbi bayikhanda sivulelwe umfundisi uReverend Toby, mhlawumbi kuliwe apha kwaphuki itafile kodwa ngenxa yomthandazo wakhe walwishela le meeting ubuhle. Siyabulela ke pha kumfundisi uReverend Toby. Sibulele kubabalwa naye uthi wasinika uncothu lengoma. Sibulele kwifohloza igroup kafohloza ethe nabo ke basinika uncothu lengoma. Abantu befamily abaphiwe umculo bonke ngaske lafendele ifamily yam ingamayile yepha kubo bayifundise ukucula. Sibulele umfundo beqabaqaba kodwa ke wayenza into yakhe umfundo. So esingamenshinanga naye ulembe Thixo abedani Thixo asikelele kaloku abapheki kamandi ne-great pass ebenze le nto kuthiwa ke mna ndicela ke ilani isamo bapheka amaliliki abafoti playsiga ibeyitivu ilapha kubantu abayinganene basichaza to ukuba balo so ke uthi ke uShakespeare all is well that ends well. I think it applies this meeting today. Everything was well and it ends well. In that note, on that note, what we started with will end with. Kale ngotiko sakulosa ngaye. Unfortunately, sakuphela ke umfundisi kakhona uTobi into ebeyivulile kakuhle ayivale kwenzela uba abasinika sikhabe nakumithandazo sofika emakhayeni ethu sinoxolo sisafe.
Before umama akhwele eqongeni makanyuke ke lo mshushu abathunywe ngumeya basekhona phakathi kwethu again abathunywe ngumeya ngicela banyuke lezi stage lokho isicelo esinaso sesobokuba samkele into esiphiwayo lokwana nabaya baphuma e-ofisini kameya sibacelile simcelile umeya azoba lapha namhlanje kanti umeya une-awards namhlanje and then thereafter thina besisponsorishiwe ke ngumeya now sithi ke kumeya enkosi nansi into esithi ke enkosi ngayo umeya ubuqu bakhe umeya ubuqu bakhe okay enkosi foto ke akafotwanga umeya udroshiwe fine art and then there are enkosi apha sinotata we-KQFM utata uPhesi Lamani uye osoloko esima kulaa ndawo ime uGoodbobby sathi ke samcela uba makasiphinde azokuma kule ndawo kwathi ke ngenxa yento yoba usebenza ebusuku yaye olu suku lwanamhlanje ngelokugqibela kwiprogram yakhe ka-K2 sike simve mos utata intlasi phaya ethetha nabanye ke ahamba nabo nansi ifoto siyamnika in his absentia sizayithatha siyise phaa e-KQFM ayifumane ngoba besesinayo asikwazi ukujika ngasemva simphile ke naye le foto nathi kuye ubuqu enkosi man masithethe uGoodbobby simtripile masithethe ebengayazi nento kodwa ithe kanti lijoni nangu namhlanje nikulaa ndawo make simphe man izandla make simphe kaloku uGoodbobby ungumntana labetina so sithe xa esangena samtripa hayi ubhudulule ibhruke yakhe wazoma kule ndawo so sithe enkosi ibhuti enkosi nangamso enkosi
Nkosi kakhulu bubham uba inkosikazi yakho yayisepha kolibeke izandla ubeke inyawo mem qobele izandla kolibeke inyawo mem please stand on your feet mke kakhulu le nkosi qobele izandla ndikhulisa laa nto yokuncomana sizii-females ne xa emhlumntu umhle nabona bathole ii-awards yakhe Ndicela sibenze inyawo Cela simengi ngasizawubona kamosi. Mama akho lowana kanene lo Afro naye ngayeka ubaba. Ngikufundisa lo mfundisela kakhulu. Yabathanda abantu abaninzi yakuzalwa ngabantu abahle. Nivile umntatami lo bethi oyena tata umhle ethina yonke. Ngiyakuyadlawa. Jonga andibathanda abantu abangathanda uhleka sekuhlekwa. Awuyabazi abantu balawe. Ngoku uhlekwa. Jealousy. All right, let's come in. May the grace of our Lord Jesus Christ, the love of God, and the sweet fellowship of the Holy Spirit be with us now and forevermore. Surely, goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I shall dwell in the house of the Lord forever and ever. Amen. Is that all those on the Come. Come. Fast. Maphuma abantu benomdla besithi babehamba ne? Yes. Is that drama? Come. All right.